Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Esea Premiere Season 36 Europe. We are now we are actually underway with the second map. I do apologize if you wanted to look at that commercial, but we are going to, well, check it out later. Well, so talking about later, it's now or never for Ldlc to make some kind of a comeback after their collapse on train. And well, Dennis, he's already doing some great work though on Ldlc. Favin, yeah, well, after he did expose Lambert, is actually Maga trying to do his best with the all means necessary, but he is down 13 HP, and it does look like that Sprout, they are taking this pistol, and yep, there it is. A very strong display from the German side. And yeah, a great defensive take. And yeah, the first round for Sprout. So the first round for Sprout, and Ldlc coming in with a late force buy. I do like the scout here on this map. So Sprout for that sake. Already now, Speedy. Maybe challenging the boundaries, and Chaos being tagged down to 54 HP. In the whole mess here, Ldlc, their plan now is try and bombard that B bomb site. And I do have to say that Sprout, they are gambling, and a couple of grenades over the rooftop. Did manage to connect some damage to Dennis, but it wasn't enough. So it's going to be that the B execute for Ldlc. It's just a matter of time. And Favin is actually in a good position. It's going to be dead. It's going to be Speedy though, and that the Molotov is actually doing a lot of damage. Speedy, yeah, well, he comes out and he takes down a couple of players, and yeah, a triple for him. And Dennis, yep, just enters the party, uninvited, but he was there to crash it all in the end. So the second round for Sprout. A couple of frags for Speedy. So he will immediately upgrade his SMG to an AUG instead. Yeah. So yeah, keeping the AUG, and Dennis, yep, taking that FAMAS. So Slacks, he is out after no good, or out for no good, and Slacks, yeah, taking down kills, and Hachi, well, answers back, and then Maghat out of nowhere gets rid of Cressy. This is actually pretty insane what we're witnessing right now. Ldlc trying to be everywhere on the map, and Dennis, yeah, they actually threaten Maka. So that is going to give a little bit of headroom for Ldlc. But even though they did manage to get some headroom, Speedy and Favin, they're already down at mid, and Speedy, yeah, just keeping his cool. Lambert and Magan, they take some time away. Actually, they're just taking their time. And Favin, yeah, he's going to eliminate Lambert. Now it's up to Maga. And well, the only thing he can do is to maybe scout out for some players. And Favin, yeah, no idea that Maga was there, but is going to give Sprout their third round in a row, and in some pretty convincing fashion. So Ldlc, they can now purchase up. Double or nothing. It's here or now for Ldlc to make some kind of a breakthrough. They did had a great first half on train, but then, yeah, well, they just got denied and, yeah, well, basically deleted when they came over to the T side. So the T side, what a shot by Hachi, destroying Slacks. And Dennis, yeah, he wants that up, just taking that away from Ldlc. Cressy, he is also up. He is ready and waiting, taking down Hachi. And supposedly, yeah, he actually managed to get away. But is he actually far enough away? Sixer. Yep, already now taking a lot of space. And that space is going to give give some opportunities for Ldlc and over towards B, and a smoke from Smoke for Famine, and then he just runs out through that smoke. Could not see anything at all. So use of that utility, and Dennis, yeah, he has no idea. He has no idea that Sixer, he's already down at pit. Yep, that should also be the frag. Sixer. Well, he there was a couple of practice shots. So the last shot that made it work. So a 4-on-3 situation for Ldlc. They already gotten into the bomb site. It's going to be a bomb plant and Sprout. Yeah, from this point of view, they just need to save the weapons. It does look like Chrissy did manage to get a hold of an M4. So I do believe that M4 it will be for Favin. Or actually, Famine, he is just going to... Well, actually, he picked up the AWP. So they have everything that they need. So there's no need to try and, well, throw weapons away. But a very, very good round by Ldlc. Just keeping it cool. Not going into a bomb site without rethinking stuff. And yeah, nothing more to be said. And the first round for Ldlc. Quite a good round for the French/Belgium side. Sprout, they mimicking or replicating what Ldlc they did on their CT side. Actually, on train with their CT side, a double up setup. So Sprout definitely now having in their thoughts that they want to shut this down and not give any room for Ldlc to breathe in. So a spread between the Ldlc players at the moment. Let's just check the overview just quickly. Chaos. Yeah, moving up to Banana, having Lambert and Maka right behind him. Just have a little look at Hachi, what he's going to do. He does have Sixer on the opposite side of the stairs. So still with a lot of seconds left. Dennis having jumped up on the back of the boxes, and Hachi being tagged down to 18 HP. So still with a good amount of seconds left, Ldlc, after trying to go over to A, they are now focusing on B. And yeah, right here, right now for Ldlc, they have to make this push. Some good. Yeah, and some good anti usage of utility by Sprout. And now Ldlc, they're actually turning it around, and they instead of going over to B, they are now facing towards A. But over at A, there are still Sprout players left that are ready and waiting. That is, for Slacks, taking down Kios, but he is in the bomb site. And Dennis, he also makes some work out of Lambert. And Dennis, he still managed to survive. Just 10 seconds left, though. Great shot by Dennis. And look at the time. Man. Then Favin takes down Sixer. Great defensive work by Dennis. And also Slacks, of course. Not to forget him, of course. Great work by the A defense. So that leaves Ldlc with a mixture buy. 3 AKs, a Tech-9 and a Mac-10. So basically have used all of their economy. Well, besides Sixer having 3K to still use. And it does seem like the Ldlc, they are trying to lure utility away from Sprout. They haven't done that. They've used a lot of their own, but the success rate was quite low. Or actually, it wasn't successful at all. And Sprout, leaving the holes to Ldlc. So for Ldlc, this can go down to some kind of a push. And there it is. There is the push, though. Dennis still tries to survive, and he pushes to middle, but it is going to be Chaos. Takes down Chrissy and Dennis. And with the bomb being planted, there is no way in hell that neither Favin, Slacks, or Speedy can do anything about this. And a iron push from the French side, which almost was also one of the first round they managed to get, but that was kind of in a different manner. That Sixer, he was able to work his way down to pit. But this time for Ldlc, yeah, moving in as a pack, made quick work of Cressy and Dennis. But yeah, well, unfortunately for Hachi, he lost his life, but he can still get a weapon from one of his teammates. And yeah, there it is. There's a little AK. And yeah, Sprout, they saved 3 weapons from the previous round. So Speedy and Dennis and Cressy needed to rebuy. So a lot of utility already being used. Slacks down, so 16 HP after a original bombardment out towards Banana. So they are pushing the tempo now, and that Molotov is going to hurt a bit. And well, for the first couple of seconds, and Ldlc, yeah, after having a successful previous round, they have made their way towards A once again. And after Cressy lost his life, and that which he hoped the Molotov could have done more for him, but unfortunately that was not the case for Kios. So yeah, Kios, yeah, well, the whole benefactor here for the round, and Ldlc for the first time here on Inferno, surviving with 5 players intact and getting that second round in a row on the board. But with 4 survivors from Sprout, I do believe that Speedy does have money. Yeah, he does. So Speedy, he's going to drop a weapon for Cressy, so he can be competitive in this round. He will just drop the AUK for Cressy. Speedy, yeah, he is. He repurchased an AUK, so it's going to be 3 AUKs, one M4 and a AWP. Ldlc have had some success over at the A bomb site, but I do believe that they will try yet again for B, just throwing some utility up. And for Kios, yeah, well, did taste his own, basically his teammates' Molotov. Not that much of a switch up for Sprout. That's a good grenade right on top of Speedy. So a bit more of a quiet round. Besides that, some utility being used again from Ldlc, and that is also again a typical proof of that Ldlc, they want to get rid of as much utility from their opponents as possible, so they can react to the other bomb site, and that is actually it. And the reaction comes in as well from Slacks, takes down Maka, and Cressy answers also in. Yeah, gets connected to the call, and Sixer jumps down, and he almost managing to kill off Cressy, but yeah, Hachi and Lambert, they are now side by side, and Slacks, he wants to do something else. Yeah, we did actually manage to take down Lambert, and Favin right in the end shuts down Hachi. So that is the 5th round for Sprout, and after 2 rounds in a row for Ldlc, Sprout, they have finally broken the offensive line, and a match pause has come in. I just need to check here, and it is Ldlc. It's Ldlc. So let's just quickly check on the stats. Seeing first of all the kills, it is Dennis on the top with 8 kills and 4 deaths. And again, this is early time, actually early days in the first half. 117 ADR, and over at Ldlc, it's widespread though, really widespread actually. So yeah, Hachi, Sixer, Kios, and Maga, 3 kills each. And Lambert in the bottom with only 1. So yeah, spread out frags. And we might seeing a more spread out Ldlc. No, that's not going to happen. So, kind of a collective decision by the French side of taking Banana quickly, getting that control. That's going to, maybe letting Sprout double guess themselves. And that Molotov is not going to help that much. Do believe that it, exploded in the air, so there is no use of that. And Sprout, they actually thought about this correctly, and they have set up a 3-man defensive. Slacks, Speedy, and Slacks once again just, doubling down. There is no way in hell that Ldlc they can actually make through this defensive lineup. And then Maka, spotted one right behind the coffins. Snacks. Yeah, they have no idea that Lambert, he has already made his path. He also has already now made his path up to the bomb site. And Famine, with perfect timing, could he definitely do some damage to Lambert, but it's going to be, Speedy taking him down. And now it's up to Maga. And Maga in a 1-on-4 situation. He rushes for it, and with 27 seconds left of the round, he needs to do everything in his power to see if he can get that bomb down. Well, he does a good effort here. Great effort by Maga so far. But it's going to end very shortly. Dennis, seeks it out. Takes down Maga. And that is the second round in a row for Sprout. And, the Behold is still holding on, still holding strong. Ldlc, despite their money is cool, well, it isn't that far off between each other. The only of course, the economy for Ldlc, seeing it here, is that Kios, he needs to, It's all about a save here for Ldlc. They do not want to managing the economy. They will just have to try to break even. And that is actually something that Hachi is doing, and the same for Lambert. So they can actually get into the next round with a similar buy. And I forgot it was Ldlc who took a timeout. Sprout, they are not. They just want to close this out as quickly as possible to get this round done. Ldlc, for that fact, still just trying to adjust to the whole scenario. And Sprout just showing that CT side. Well, showing Ldlc who is boss currently. Good grenades. He did actually manage to scare off Sixer. So Sprout, they have moved the player down, and that is Favin. Down to Banana. Speedy getting rid of Kios. So 5-on-4 situation for Sprout. And Ldlc, they are trying to push even further into that A bomb site. Lambert did actually manage to take down Dennis. But then, Famine and Slacks getting one apiece. And now it is up to Sixer. He's all alone in pit. And that pit position is not going to help him that much. Well, he did actually manage to grab an AK. But Famine says no. And he still takes the AK back. And that is the 7th round for Sprout. The 3rd round in a row. And Ldlc, they can finally purchase up. Maggot just needs to buy up. It's going to be a Galil. So he will, focus on utility. Maybe we can see something different now from Ldlc. They have had their success on A, and well, success might be something that could be duplicated. There's definitely a possibility for Ldlc if they can keep up with the entries. It will definitely be a good thing for them. It's all about trying to shut it all down, trying to continue on being aggressive and catch Sprout off guard. Because if they can do that simultaneously every single round from this point on, it would be quite difficult for Sprout to, to answer back. Let's just see now. Well, talking about answering back, Slacks. What a double from him. And yeah, all the effort that Ldlc they just did, they just came to a complete waste. Well, wait a minute though, Chaos, he's on the horizon. Yeah, takes down Famine. This should also give the B bomb site to Ldlc. Slacks and Cressy, they've already gone over to the B, well actually in front of the B bomb site. They have utility to work with. So flashing Cressy into ruins, so he can clear the first part of ruins. But Chaos, he was prepared with that AK, and it's now up to Cressy in a 1-on-3 situation. Incredible tough spot to be in. And Cressy, does his best. Oi, that's actually great though. Great job by Cressy, but the time is just running down. And even though that Lambert, he was actually in the area, Lambert, he just focused his way up and is, talking about focusing. Cressy, makes it worth getting 3 frags out of it, but it's going into the way of Ldlc. And after 3 rounds in a row for Sprout, Ldlc have successfully broken through the defensive line. So a match pause, and that is Ldlc have called for a timeout. So what could they possibly talk about here? Yeah, one thing is for sure, the economy is not that great for Ldlc, because if they lose this round, their money will be broke. And Sprout, they can, they can flourish. They can come up to 9 or 10 rounds before Ldlc. They can repurchase again. Wait a minute. They have called it. Oh, okay. So a second timeout. And that's Ldlc. Called a second timeout. So using that extra 30 seconds. And that is, I would say that this is a fitting moment to do that. Also because that they are behind, still with 3 rounds, but they won the previous round. But the money is not that great. They can buy AKs, but look at the fact that Maka, he has gotten an AK with only a smoke. So it leads to Lambert. He needs to buy a Galil just to support just having supportive utility. So yeah, this is going to be a tough round for Ldlc. But if they can actually get into some good positions, and talking about good positions, Chaos destroying Famine. But it was actually in fact Slacks who managed to get an entry. So that's what I spoke about before. Ldlc, they need to be up in Sprout's faces constantly. They have to. They really have to. And Slacks, posting his teammate Dennis up on top of flowers. Some utility being thrown over, and this Cressy being shut down by Lambert, and that should give Ldlc a good indication that the A bomb site is actually cleared. And they have confirmed it between each other, and that is going to give Ldlc their 5th round on the T side. So the 5th round on the C side, and they were pressured. They were really the pressure was on them in this round. And they managed to work it out, even though they were entreated upon. But then, we saw Chaos taking Famine down. So that is going to give Ldlc that 5th, really needed 5th round on the board. They should be able to survive everyone. Yeah. So that's also because of the positioning, or the bomb positioning. So the 5th round secured for Ldlc. That's a good weapon management by Sprout. So Slacks, he can buy an M4. Yep, there's already an M4 being bought. Cressy, he's going to stick with an MP9. So actually a pretty decent loadout Sprout they have right now. Ldlc, yeah, well, they have to make amends. And what? A couple of grenades just being thrown down, and Cressy being cut off by Maga. And yeah, Ldlc, they're actually now trying to go aggressive, but then they're just meeting that German wall that is so hard to penetrate. Yeah, Dennis listening to footsteps over at patio. It's Sixer and Hatchie. And Sixer smoking. Do believe that it's going to be for the bomb site. And well, Slacks takes care of Hatchie. So it's a 4-on-2 situation. Sprout, they are definitely they're hitting their shots now. And Slacks, yeah, getting those freebies. And Lambert, he's the only man left behind. And yeah, it's just going to be easy pickings for Slacks. And yeah, an ace. That's actually an ace for Slacks. I just saw it now. Incredible stuff. I do believe of all the games I have covered so far here at the Esea Premiere, there has been minimum, well, a 1 ace minimum. I do believe that. Yeah, there, or was there? Yeah, I mean it. I do believe that that was well, has been a ace involved in the previous matches. So the ace for Slacks, and quite surprised, I have to admit. So yeah, Ldlc trying to answer back, and Dennis, yeah, feeling the wrath from Hatchie. Do note that Ldlc, their money is completely in shambles, and they have to make some kind of a surprise. And Hatchie, the player who has the most utility, he's now trying to do as much as he can to take some attention, and he has definitely done that. Oh, that flashbang, that's going to hurt him so much. It was actually Lambert. It was Lambert who flashed Hatchie. Oh my god. So over at B, we have Speedy already now kind of yelling out that the bomb is actually over at B, and I'm just going to play this as a retake. So that is going to leave Lambert lurking around top mid. Grenade planted right beside Maga and Chaos. There's still a man advantage for Sprout, but the bomb is just ticking down, and the more they wait, the more dangerous it's going to be, because Lambert, he's just, yeah, he's moving into position, and that's going to hurt though. Maga takes down Slacks. So this could actually work though for Ldlc, but they just have to survive. The survivability is so low though, but Chaos was so close, but yet so far, and it gives Sprout their 9th round on the CT side. You could definitely ask questions. Why did the player over at Dark, well, aka Nearby, just decided to jump up to on top of the boxes, where you could have been in a position where you needed to bait your own teammates, maybe just to benefit it all. Just so unfortunate. Yeah, well, that's how CS:GO is. So yeah, Favin taking into account, and Kios, yeah, could never leave ramp. So double up setup for the last round before the halftime switch, and Sprout, they are ready and waiting, and there it is, Slacks and Favin, yeah, already there, making it easy, and now it's to Maga with that Galil, makes quick work of Dennis and Favin, but it is going to be Slacks in the end, taking him down, and a 10th round for Sprout. Whew, oh my god. Yeah, that's it's been an insane first half. Seen some positives, seen some negatives. Ldlc starting off horribly. I mean, losing the pistol round, the second and the third round, and then it was just Sprout who actually came in front 4-1. But then Ldlc, they came back. They won 2 rounds in a row. But then it was just kind of a Sprout fest, and they just had a good old time. And now we're going to see if Ldlc, they can actually handle this And maybe, just maybe, they can force this into a third map. And if so, the third map is Dust 2. So, yeah, Dust 2. Whew, legendary map. Let's just get right back into it, ladies and gentlemen. Sprout versus Ldlc here for the Esea Premier Season 36 Europe. We are already in the second pistol round here in the second map. Maga waiting for a flashbang. Well, there's the flashbang. And Maga just rushing with that C set. And yeah, C sets and the option of a automatic. Yeah, 12 bullets he does have left, and he is getting domed and destroyed by Slacks through that smoke. And yeah, and the bomb starting to tick rapidly down. And for Ldlc, they have to figure a way into that bomb site. It's going to be pretty difficult. And Dennis, he's just buying time. He's buying time to his teammates. But Hachi, Levine, well, yeah, delivering that shot though on Slacks, Kios. And well, look at that though from Ldlc. This looks so great. Lambert, yeah, he sticks the bomb. There's no way for Dennis to react to this. And that gives Ldlc the pistol round. And Dennis, yeah, he couldn't do anything at all. He was just waiting for, well, yeah, waiting for the doom to come by, and the pistol round secured for Ldlc. Sprout, they have called for a timeout. So the timeout, yeah, the money is actually good for Sprout, but I do not think that they will buy up as much as they can, because in the next round they will receive $2,400 per player. So if they can buy it down to, well, the same as Favin, down to $1,800, it could definitely be possible, definitely be doable. So they will be at a 4,200 each. It doesn't seem like it. Slacks, he will, of course, not buy anything at all. He wants that up as soon as possible. And that will be in the next round if the whole thing actually works for him. Well, Dennis. What a shot on Maga. And Maga, yeah. Not a day that he wants to remember. He has just been thrown around by a doll. Actually, like a doll. Not by a doll, but like a doll. So the opener for Sprout. Dennis still out for blood, just like Rambo. Searching in the middle, not seeing anything at all. What is going on? Ldlc, I do believe they heard something over at long. This could definitely trigger something for Sprout. Well, Sprout in the other hand, they want to check out what's going on. And Kios, he's prepared with that MP9, stellar aim. But it's all about timing. What a shot though by Slacks, and he does more damage to Sixer. What? Oh no! Favin takes 2 down, and there's only 1 man left. It's Hachi, and it's Sprout stealing the round away from Ldlc right in front of them. Oh my god, that should never have happened, but it did. It's a reality, ladies and gentlemen. Ldlc. Yeah, they're just going to purchase, trying to see if they can change that. Oh, and Cressy receives a little stab from Dennis. Maga, really just such a poor soul. Really just been bullied around. So Sprout, they can most definitely, if they win this round, they will be in front with 13 or 14 rounds. Actually, they will get up to 13 or 14 rounds before Ldlc they can manage a buy. That's also because that Ldlc, they have used all of their economy in this round. So they do know that with that, yeah, they have already subdued to a possible double eco round if they lose this one, of course. But Ldlc, they will not just fall down. They will stand and fight as much as they can and try to fend Sprout off the B bomb site or any other bomb site, of course. But right now, Sprout, they are destined to move into B and to destroy and devour every single soul that is currently sitting there and just waiting for Sprout to come by. And there it is. And now the attack commences. But it is Favin and Slacks getting one apiece. And Maga, he could actually be the guy here to actually resolve this. And yeah, with a couple of deagle shots, it's Maga with a double. But then Maga, yeah, exposes himself. Slacks and Dennis with that second wave, and that gives Sprout their 12th round. And Ldlc received $1,900 per player. So Sprout, they will get a free round. Well, there's nothing that is called free in CS:GO. I have personally seen before that a single pistol or a double pistol, and standard, the standard loadout can definitely be a problem if the team can read your opponent like a book, like an open book. But good job by Sprout, taking the liberty of going up to B, and just to double check if there's anything wrong or something that's quite funky. But there's nothing funky about it. They have already had Favin just jumping around like a rabbit into the bomb site, and have already concluded that there's no one there. So that's going to give Ldlc kind of a slap in the face, because they really hope for that Sprout, hope for that Sprout, they came into their trap. But the trap was not released, it was not activated. And Sprout, they can definitely be happy with this 5 men alive. So far, so good. And again, Ldlc, they have lost their first match. It was against Nemiga. They lost 2-1. Where Sprout, they are 3 rounds away from collecting their 3rd victory in a row, and they're undefeated. They have defeated Nemiga 2-1, and they have defeated and also Anomino with 2-0. So 13-6, ladies and gentlemen, for Sprout over Ldlc, and last name team have purchased. So it's now or never for the French/Belgium side to make that last effort, to really just point out to Sprout that this is their map pick, this is their home. Sprout right now, they're taking one step at a time. There's no need to rush up without any information. Speedy, clearing out the top of patio. So yeah, they have already collected the information that there's no one there. And Maka, we have seen very little of him, but here he is, opening things up, taking down Dennis. And Ldlc, they're not trying to push at all. They are waiting for Sprout. And waiting game, that is actually also a specialty for the German side. Well, waiting and praying is also something for Maka. Taking down Slacks, that is actually the op duel that went for the Frenchman. Well, talking about duels, there's also a collective shutdown up in top mid, and then Kios comes. Kios runs down to mid and takes down Favin in the back, and that gives Ldlc their second round on the CC side. So purchases everywhere by both sides, and Ldlc, they are still on their back foots. So already now, and seeing Sixer. Talk about destruction. Slacks felt like he never left T-spawn. So for Dennis and Speedy, still just having little chats down at Red, and Cressy trying to figure out what is going on up in top mid. And Ldlc, after they got that entry, So smoke in front of car, I suppose. Oh, never mind. Do believe that smoke was destined to the banana connection. Oh, sorry, entrance. So that's a failed smoke. So it doubles, well, actually a smoke from one of the Sprout players and one from Ldlc. 42 seconds left, and Sprout, after they have lost slacks, they haven't made the effort of trying to go for a quick refrag or anything, and now collectively they want to assault that B bomb site, and a failed grenade, but it just set something up here for Sprout, and look at that though. Now Chaos, it's up to Chaos now, and it's going to be a double and also a triple for him. Great shutdown, and that gives some life to Ldlc, and the money is almost gone for Sprout. They still do have Cressy, Speedy, and Dennis, who can purchase up. And yet again, I do believe it's just going to be pistols for their behalf. So Sprout call for a timeout. Great, great map so far. Sprout trying to do the similar things that they did on Train, where they were behind 10-5. And that insane CT side they came over to, where they just, deleted Ldlc. And now Ldlc, they're trying to do the same thing. They're trying to come back. And that is definitely a possibility for them to reach that point. But it's going to require so much work, because Sprout, they're persistent, and they do not back down. So Speedy, a quick Molotov off to submit. That's not going to leave Maka being that useless. And then a counter utility from his behalf. Famine, yep. Actually, jump through the smoke, and Maka, yep, he's still standing there, still just dealing a lot of damage all across the board, and Slacks, well, down to 12 HP. It just destroys Maga, but a great defensive play by Maga himself. Great defensive line with that up. This is getting closer and closer, ladies and gentlemen. Can we actually see some kind of a revert sweep? What? Jesus, my English is completely gone here tonight. Here tonight. Reverse sweep, there it is. There it is. I just needed an S and a D. Talking about reverse. Maga and Chaos being attacked down by the grenades. And a secondary Molotov, well, actually a Molotov being thrown down. And what is that though? Cressy, out of nowhere, taking down Hatchie and Lambert. That should actually give a little headway for Sprout. So Ldlc, yeah, well, that was actually the original Ldlc boost. You can actually call it that. Chaos, yeah, well, running out. And well, even though he's running out, look at that, the position by Slacks, getting a double from it. And yeah, now it's up to Sixer, but Sixer gets eliminated. And yeah, that's Sprout. Sprout now on 14th rounds. Ldlc, yeah, they were caught completely off guard, and they had no idea that Cressy made that play up in halls and just eliminated the Ldlc boost. A limited amount of buys have occurred for Ldlc, and this is all or nothing for the French side. With accompanied by Kios, the Belgian player. A lot of sprays, but just retreating back to the bomb site. So it is also best for Ldlc to play this defensively. Even though they do had some good interactions. The meaning of they had some great shots. Their aggressive nature on the CT side. But Sprout, well, they have gotten their number. They have read out how Ldlc is playing. And that is something that Ldlc, they have to change. And Cressy, yeah, well, he's onto something again. And well, for Maka, takes down Cressy. And that's the lurker. That's the lurker from Sprout being shut down. And look at the position by Kios. He can actually beat a man here. And yeah, beat a man, beat that behemoth. But it's not going to happen. Dennis shuts him down. It's now a 4-on-3 situation for Ldlc. And look at the sprays, look at the connections, and Lambert, well, Favin with a double. And now it's a 2-on-1 situation. Favin tries to plant the bomb, but gets destroyed by Maka. And that is double digits for Ldlc. And Sprout, they can purchase pistols and nothing more. Just a quick thank you to everybody who's watching the stream. I do appreciate it. Just to note that I'm a Danish native. I'm still trying to learn English as a primary language. So that's why if you do feel like I'm struggling, that's the reason why. Well, struggling is something that Lampert is doing, and that is not good for business. Maka tries to get a shot off, but was denied by the Molotov. Not denied by the Molotov, but a flashbang. And Hachi trying to, reinvent himself, and that has definitely done some great work for him. And that was, and just to reiterate, the first half for Hachi was actually explosive on train, but he just disappeared on the T side. And Ldlc, they need him right here, right now. They really need him. Maka on the top, 21 kills. Kios right behind him with 18 frags. Slacks with 25 frags and 15 deaths. Sixer, he's on the plow, and the same for Favin. But that smoke is not going to help that much, though. Kios down to 40 HP. And Hachi trying to make a very aggressive play. And it's actually Dennis winning that duel. That made no sense at all. Oh, Maka just got shut down. Just like that. He was not prepared for that aggressive nature by Dennis. And yeah, it's now a 5-on-3 situation. In the situation for Ldlc, it is massive. They have to do something here to avoid that their money will be crushed yet again. And Cressy with that lurk smoke, but it's not going to help Ldlc that much. Lambert trying to pick a better position, but he gets eliminated by Cressy. Kios, only man left remaining, and he will stick to B. Such a moment for Ldlc. They could really have gotten back into the game, but here on out, Sprout, they're not giving Ldlc any room at all. So 4 survivors for Sprout, and yeah, just a map that goes back and forth. And Ldlc, they're falling drastically behind. Even though they have managed to get 11 rounds on the board, they're showing a better version of themselves here on Inferno that they did on Train. Because Train, it was just a downhill struggle for Ldlc. Even though they had a good turn of events on the T side, but in switching to the CT side, they were completely lost. Totally lost. So, ladies and gentlemen, 15-11 for Sprout over Ldlc. They have now map and match point. One more round for Sprout, and they're still undefeated. Ldlc, they need 4 more rounds to secure overtime, and perhaps securing the overtime win, and we can go over to Dust 2. But it all depends on what Sixer has in store for us. Being very aggressive down Banana. Speedy. He did think about flashing that smoke. Well, the Molotov is going to make things worse, and Sixer, has revealed himself. Or exposed himself, sorry about that. Sixer, still standing there. So yeah, in a 5-on-5 situation, Cressy, he is still waiting in boiler room, or in boiler. No, Kias, he doesn't even have a smoke. That's actually a problem. That's a big one, actually. And Sixer, I do believe he was spotted. Yeah, he was spotted. And Kias, he needs to back down. And hopefully, for Ldlc, for Hatchie's behalf, that he can maybe get one or two frags and then head back to pit. But he's chosen the bomb site instead. So from Hatchie's perspective, he does need to get a couple of frags, and well, it doesn't even help that much for Kias trying to be aggressive. And now Sprout, yeah, well, they are just stamping, actually just pressing down on that speeder, and it's going to give Sprout now a big head start to the B bomb site, and it's a 5-on-2 situation for Sprout. And yeah, and yet again, ladies and gentlemen, it is a map and match point. It's now Maga who is all alone, and he has to try everything in his power to see if he can get back into this and get his team that lifeline. But yeah, I would definitely say that this is actually over with. There is actually no way in hell that Maga can do anything about this. And yeah, Sprout just going out as a unit, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen, 16-11 for Sprout, and a 2-0 victory for the German side. They will remain undefeated here in the ESEA Premier. And I will just turn it over to the camera if I can actually get it to work. There we go. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize that it was a bit rusty in the start, but I just needed to get things going. I needed some fresh air after that first map, and I'm still trying to learn some things in the English, English speaking and all of that. But it comes with time. I just need to be more comfortable, not to pressure myself too much. But yeah, what a great game. What a really great game, and we can just take a few pointers off it. Train. It was an Ldlc who showed themselves on the T side. Really, really great, actually. So just seeing the positives of that CT side, where the communication was really great. But after they managed to get 10 rounds on the CT side, then moved over to T or on the terrorist side. Sprout, they just went into a Sprout mode. They completely annihilated Ldlc, not giving them they're not giving them nothing. They gave nothing to them at all, and just shut them down. Just round after round. The pistol round was actually quite close, but yeah, it was never. There was never a single sweat, Well, there was not a single sweat that left from Sprout from there. So yeah, a 16-10 victory there. We saw here on Inferno a completely different Ldlc. They were more in their habits, but yeah, they definitely felt that the train was a hard hitting moment for them, and yeah, it just crumpled. And on the T side, they did not get so much headroom. They did not take any risks and stuff like that. They really want to go into Inferno, trying to be passive and aggressive at the same time. Then switching around, and Sprout, they were in front 10-5, seeing the pistol round, and then the second round, and Sprout, they were up 13-5. And then Ldlc, they actually came back just a bit and actually showed some great stuff. But yeah, we just saw Sprout. They just got into their groove once again, and then just ripped them completely apart. Nothing more else to actually say about it. And a 16-11 victory for Sprout on Inferno. So that is all from me for tonight. I should be able to commentate a game here tomorrow, which is Fate versus Saw. The Bulgarians versus the Portuguese side. That's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that. If you haven't done it yet, please follow me on Twitter. It is twitter.com/damage_CSGO. And also, if you want to support ESEA, you can go in and register on esea.net for their divisions. You can You can also register a team for the open divisions to climb up that ladder to advanced and then come up to Esea Premier, which is the only way to get in to ESL Pro League, which is a big thing here. And yeah, with that being said, also go over to, or actually head over to trader.com/ESEA, throw them a fall, and yeah, they are the ones who are responsible for this whole thing to happen. And yeah, that's it. Tomorrow from from 6:45 p.m. I'll be turning on the stream once again, and yeah, casting the match between Fate and Saw here at Esea Premier Season 36 Europe. All right, my name is Jesper Damage Sorensen, and I'm out of here. Thank you all for tonight. Have a pleasant evening, and stay safe out there. See you all tomorrow.